Welcome back to WoW Hardcore, and welcome to part 2 of my Night Elf Hunter's journey. If you happen to miss part 1, I will put a link down in the description. There's also going to be a link right above the thumbnail on the top right here. And as always, thank you for being here, but first, if you're new to this, let me touch on the base rules. WoW Classic Hardcore mode is a community challenge where if you die, you have to delete your character. All professions are allowed, but you won't be able to use the auction house or trade between other players. As always, down in the description of this video, there will be a link to the website explaining all the rules if you wanted to check it out for yourself. And once again, the community support has been phenomenal. A vast majority of the comments I've gotten on previous videos have been so nice and so helpful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to share what happened this time, so buckle up, let's get into it. At the end of the last video, we ended off in Dolinard. We started the Tame Pet quest, so that's what we're starting now. Starting the quest off, I had to tame a spider. I successfully tamed this spider. Got him. And I made my way back to town to grab the next step of the quest, taming a Nightsaber Stalker. I quickly realized after this fight that having a pet was going to be super fun, so I couldn't wait to have this quest finished. Simply on just the ability that you can run around while your pet tanks stuff is super cool. Oh my god, having a pet is so cool. I found the Nightsaber Stalker, and this is where things got a little bit tricky for me for a second. I had dismissed the spider thinking it would just disappear, but then it started attacking me. Thankfully, it was pretty easy since they were only level 5 and level 7, but after all I had been through with this spider, after the brief little friendship we had, I had to put him down. After that, taming the kitty was pretty easy. It did that pretty quickly. Another taming down and another step of the quest done. By this time, I had realized I never actually put a talent point into anything from the last one, so I decided to go with endurance training in the Beast Mastery tree. After that, I reached Dazzlar, who tasked me with taming an owl. I released the Night Stalker ahead of time, mainly just to avoid another team-up situation, didn't want to deal with that again. And just to make sure it stayed down, I skinned it for the leather. Taming the owl came and went, and then I finally made my way back to town to finish the quest so I could tame my own. I had finished the Taming the Beast quest, and accepted the follow-up quest to go to Darnassus to learn how to train him. I dismissed and killed the owl, and then went into the shop to buy a new quiver and some more ammo. Then something interesting happened. If you remember from the last one, I had joined a guild, but I had gotten an invite to join the Undying, so that means I was either kicked or the guild disbanded. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. I arrived at Darnassus and turned in my quest to learn how to train my pets now. Since I was in the area, I worked on some of my professions as well, and then set off to tame my first pet. I had actually been given this quite a bit of thought. I had a few choices available to me, but eventually decided I wanted to tame an owl. I wasn't sure if this was going to be just as easy as the quest, so I ate my food to get my well-fed buff and tamed my owl. And after a few short seconds of getting my butt kicked by it, it was time to start thinking of a name for her. I got this bag drop, and if you're wearing headphones, this will sound really cool. Hey, another bag, baby. During my questing, I also remembered that there was a suggestion that was brought up on previous videos that I forgot to do, and here it is. Enemy nameplates turned on. It really is a game changer, so thanks for the tip. This was my first close call in a very long time. I hadn't figured out how to turn on my pet's taunt yet, and thankfully I leveled up here, so it filled my health back up. Oh, clutch level up. My next target was Lady Sathra, which, as a named mob, you'd think there'd be a lot more people around here since I'm playing on the hardcore servers, but maybe playing on a holiday weekend had something to do with that? I don't know. And Lady Sathra was actually pretty easy to take out, but this guy, this spider, I swear was immune to every single raptor strike. Oh my god! After a short time fighting off all the spiders, we made our way over to the Harpy camp. There was apparently something special about the Bloodfeather belts, so we had to collect a couple of them. Fighting these harpies caused my owl to level up, and then I spotted something. This is my first chest of the run. It didn't really have much in there for me. A nice pair of gloves was an upgrade. After a very long time thinking, I was listening to a 90s station when I was playing, and Hootie and the Blowfish came on. So, everybody, meet Hootie, the owl. I mainly chose the name because every time Hootie and the Blowfish comes on, I say this. Hootie! And now that my age is showing, it was time to get back to work. Hootie and I found Mist, a wounded night saber who needed an escort back to their master. Hootie was about to learn that if there's a mission where we can save a life, we're gonna take it. I had cleared most of the way getting to Mist, but an assassination attempt. Hootie and I were ready to protect Mist with our lives. I stood between Mist and the spider while Hootie attacked it from the side. Mist was wounded, so I was not about to let the spider get close. The spider trapped me in a net, but Hootie with the clutch crit to kill. We delivered Mist safely to their owner, and I really hope Hootie knows how important this life was to save. After saving Mist's life, I had hit level 12.
Yeah, baby.
Went back to town and learned all my new abilities from level 12 and grabbed abilities for Hootie. I'm also going to slowly start learning keybinds. I've been a clicker for like 15 years, so this habit's gotta die. We had finally finished all the quests in Teldrassil, and we were on our way to speak with Nessa Shadowsong and make our way over to Darkshore. I decided to stop and do some fishing really quick, and then I was off to Auberdyne. I knew Auberdyne was going to be my home for a while, so I set it as my hearthstone. Hootie and I cooked up all the fish I caught and then got right back to work, reaching level 13 shortly after arriving. And following suit to my level up, Hootie leveled up as well. And while questing is usually about just leveling up, getting the next levels, Hootie and I spent a lot of time bonding while we were fishing. I suck at fishing in real life as well, so losing fish in the game made it feel a little more realistic. We took a long stroll on the beach and found this beach sea creature that looked like it had been mauled quite a bit. I gathered a sample of it and then headed right back to Auberdyne to turn in a bunch of quests that we just finished up. One of these quests also made me feel pretty honored that Gubber Blump would give me his family's fishing pole. I will protect this fishing pole with my life, Gubber Blump. After cooking up some food again, we made our way to the open ocean. We got our feet and our feathers wet to go on a little excursion. The ocean has a lot to offer, like more dead giant animals. But the unimaginable horrors don't start there. The ocean is also full of sea creatures trying to kill you, but the most important thing is that if you're not paying attention, you will drown. Drowning is not a way I want to end this hardcore run. That fear of drowning is not going to stop me and Hootie from taking out all this local wildlife under the water. We returned back to the docks and I had reached level 14 and had gotten my first green. I flew back to Darnassus because I knew I needed to grab my new abilities, possibly new abilities for Hootie, and I needed to work on some of my professions while I was there. Unlike my mage from the last time, I am actually focusing on cooking because I can't conjure my own food, so I did that, cooked up some boiled clams, and got the hearth out back to Auberdyne. From here on out, it felt like an all-out war to reach level 15. This bear tribe having fairy fire really hurt, and I'm really glad Hootie was there to help out. We moved a little more south and took out some ghosts that were haunting a graveyard. I was worried that Hootie was going to be scared of these ghosts, but she is brave. You can't ask much more from a companion, because if this was real life and there were ghosts, I'd be booking it, so good job, Hootie. I'm proud of you. We found yet another beach sea creature. There definitely has to be something in the water because we captured a rabid thistle bear, and brought back the bear and the remains of the dead animal back to Auberdyne to be studied. And I reached Honored with Darnassus, which I haven't done in a hardcore run yet, so that felt awesome. I started to fish just to work on my fishing skill for a little bit to kill some time, and then I realized how close I was to 15. It was so close I could smell it, even over the fishy fumes. Hootie and I set off for one last grind, one last push to 15 for this run. We arrived at Bashelaran where some Grell were causing some trouble. But they were no match for me and Hootie. We were inseparable. We were unstoppable. There it is, baby. And after a few short minutes, I had finally reached level 15. Shortly after that, Hootie and I found another beach sea creature, which I knew somebody in Aberdeen needed to study, so we grabbed that quest and hearthed back. There's still so much more we need to do, so look forward to more Darkshore questing in the next episode. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. Check me out on Twitch. I try to stream at least once a week when I'm not working on these. See you in the next one.